In this video you'll learn how to shoot dark, low-key portraits using only natural light. This photoshoot is already on my profile, and you might have seen the first part. It was light, airy and very soft. But I wanted to add another mood to this session. Something calmer, deeper and more focused. So today I want to show you the second part. A shoot in a black background in a black dress with natural side light. Why we added this part? When a whole photoshoot is done in one mood, it can start to look the same, even if the images are beautiful. That's why we decided to add contrast. This darker, more minimal part was created to balance a light and air beginning. Not for drama, but for variety and visual depth within one story. We were shooting on a black paper background. If the background is fabric, you can interact with it, create movement, folds, texture, but we didn't have that option here. So the background stays very simple. It doesn't draw attention to itself and lets the focus stay entirely on the person. The light here is natural and coming from the side. This is especially important when working with a black background. If the light were frontal, the model could blend into the background, and then we would need either additional light or different clothing. Side light creates enough separation. It adds volume and shape and keeps the image soft without extra equipment. The dress was simple, long, in a slip dress style. This is a great choice for emotional portraits. The cut naturally follows the body lines. It doesn't overload the image and doesn't require heavy makeup. And the look in this shoot was meant to stay very natural and calm. To add more volume and life, we used a fan. Even subtle movement in hair or fabric make the image feel more alive. This is especially important in minimal setups. When there's no complex background or props, movement replaces decoration. In shoots like this, I don't focus on active posing. Pauses, slow movements and breathing are much more important. I observe the state and gently guide rather than give strict instructions. When the moment becomes calm, that's usually when the frame comes together. In the end, we got very focused and quiet portraits. There's less visual noise, but more attention to light, form and emotion. And because of that, this part works as a strong contrast to the lighter first section. These photos can be left in a very natural color palette, or you can add something more interesting and expressive. Light images are harder to tone. The background often starts to look dirty and uneven, but dark, low-key images give you much more freedom. You can tone them in almost any color, and it will still look good. Some of the images I make more contrasty. For this, I increase highlights and the white point. Then I reduce exposure and contrast. This combination makes the image feel denser and more contrasty. On another set of images, I add more creative color grading. we go into color grading. I push the shadows towards blue and shift the midtones and high tones towards warmer orange tones. This adds depth and mood to the image. In the final version, I separate the model from the background even more. For this, we go into masks. Select the background, remove unwanted color casts, and add a bit of blur. After that, using the sliders, I add more contrast, similar to the first example, and make the subject stand out more from the background. I really like editing dark, minimal parts to photoshoot like this. They're not about effects, they're about state. And very often this is where people open up in the most honest way.